My dear students, today I am going to discuss science for class 9. These days many of you are having half yearly exam. So I want to discuss some questions, numerical problems from different parts of your textbook so that it will help you in the exam, and these are very common questions. Okay, so let us then get started. Say first question is this one. I'll read out. An object of mass 1 kg moving at 10 meter per second velocity collides with and sticks to a stationary block of mass 5 kg and they move together. Calculate the velocity of the combination. So from the question we have to draw a diagram. Now this will be the diagram, you see. Now consider this wooden block. This is the wooden block of mass 5 kg. All right. Now this body is moving towards it. This body is of mass 1 kg. Now it is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. All right. So there is a stationary block of wooden block of 5 kg mass, and this is a body of 1 kg mass, and this body is moving with this velocity, this speed 10 meter per second. This is stationary, but it is moving. Now it will go and collide with this. Now according to question, after collision, so they will stick together. So this is the 1 kg body, this one, and this is the wooden block. All right. So according to question, they stick together. So this part, this is before collision. This is before collision. And this part is after collision. So before collision, this was stationary. This was moving at this velocity. So this goes and strikes this. So they collide. Then after collision, they stick together. They stick together and move forward together. Now what is their velocity? That is the question. You have to find the velocity. All right. Now here we will use that principle of conservation of momentum. Total momentum before collision is always equal to total momentum after collision. Now let us see here total momentum before collision. Total momentum before collision. All right. So total momentum before collision will be momentum of the first body plus momentum of the second body. Now momentum of this body is mass into velocity. So 1 into 10. Momentum of this body is what? Mass into velocity, mv, isn't it? So 1 into 10 plus, now this is stationary. So a body at rest has no momentum because velocity is 0. Therefore its momentum is 0. So total momentum is what? 10. And what is the unit? Kg meter per second. So kg meter per second. This is the total momentum before collision. Now let us see total momentum after collision. Total momentum before collision I have found out. Now let us see the total momentum after collision. Now you see after collision they stick together. So now we can consider them to be one single body. That means total mass will be 1 plus 5, 6 kg. So 6 kg into this their velocity we have to find out. So let us say the velocity is v. Okay. So this is equal to what? 6v. 6v kg meter per second. Now this total momentum after collision you can find out separately also. So momentum of this body is 1 into v. Momentum of the first body will be 1 into v plus momentum of the second body will be 5 into v. So whether you do this way or this way, it is 1 plus 5, that is 6v, isn't it? Okay, now according to that principle of conservation of momentum, total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. So therefore, using that principle, what we get? 6v equal to 10. So that gives us v equal to 10 by 6. That means 5 by 3, so equal to 1.67, that is kg meter per second, all right. So this is the answer. So 5 by 3 you have to convert to decimal, that is 313, yes, approximately this kg meter per second. So to do this sum, you have to use the principle of conservation of momentum, that is total momentum before collision is always equal to total momentum after collision. So equating these two, we get value of v, and this v is the common velocity. So they stick together. So this combination moves together with what velocity? This v. That means 1.67 kg meter per second. Okay. All right. This was number 1. Now let us see the next one, number 2. Now this is about chemistry. This is from chemistry. A solution contains 5.6 ml of alcohol in 75 ml of water. That means 75 ml of water is mixed with 5.6 ml of alcohol. So it is a mixture. So you have to find the percentage, a volume by volume percentage of alcohol in the solution. All right. Okay. Now, so this is a solution. You see. So if you want a diagram. So this is a solution. Solution of what? Alcohol plus water. This is a solution of alcohol plus water. And alcohol how much? Alcohol 5.6 ml. 5.6 ml. And then water how much? Water 75 ml. 75 ml. So this is a solution of these two liquids, alcohol and water. Water 75 ml and alcohol 5.6 ml. So therefore total volume of this solution will be how much? Total volume will be, add these two, that is 80.6 ml. So this plus 75 plus 5.6, that is 80.6 ml is the total volume of the mixture of the solution, which contains alcohol and water in this amount, 75 ml water and 5.6 ml alcohol. Now you have to find out volume by volume concentration. Volume by volume concentration of what? Alcohol. So volume by volume concentration of alcohol, V by V concentration of alcohol is equal to what? Yes, volume of alcohol how much? 5.6. 5.6, and volume of the solution. Volume of the solution is this one. Volume of the solution is sum of these two, that is 80.6. 80.6, isn't it? Into 100%. All right. So this is a ratio. Volume by volume, it is a ratio. So therefore no unit. Okay. Now calculating this, what you get. So this is the answer. We got the answer only now. The problem of the question of calculation. So what you will get here? 56 by 806 into 100%. All right. So that will give you 28, then 403, 28 into 403, 2800, 403%. 2800 by 403%. Now, yeah, so this will be the answer. So calculate it, express in decimal. All right. So this is the answer. 2800 by 403%. Now this, of course, I am leaving to you. So just divide in terms of decimal. So that will be the final answer. So in this we have to use, we are using that formula, volume by volume, volume of the solute by volume of the solution. Now here solute is alcohol because it is the smaller amount. All right. And solvent is water. Now solution will be solute plus solvent. So these two you have to add. So here we are using that formula, volume of solute by volume of solution, volume of solute by volume of solution into 100%. So that formula you are using, and it is volume by volume because both are liquid. Okay. So finally this is the answer. You have to convert to decimal percent. Okay. All right. So as I told you, these questions are quite common in exam. I mean, may not be exactly this, but similar type with different wording. Okay. All right, now let us see the third one. Let us see the third equation. This is about that using bulbs at home and to find the cost of electricity consumed. Okay, let me read out the question. Two bulbs of 40 watt each. Two bulbs of 40 watt each are used for 4 hours daily for 1 month. And one fan of 80 watt is used for 3 hours daily for 1 month. So find the cost of electricity consumed by these two bulbs and one fan in 1 month at the rate of rupees 6 per unit. That is the cost price of electricity, rupees 6 per unit. Okay. So there are two bulbs of 40 watt each. Okay. So 40 watt. Now the watt must be converted to kilowatt because the unit is what? 1 unit means 1 kilowatt hour. So 1 kilowatt hour is 1 unit. The price of 1 unit is given 6 rupees. So we have to find out how many kilowatt hour used by these two bulbs and fan. That means how many units. Okay. So the watt must be converted to kilowatt. So how will you convert watt to kilowatt? Dividing by 1000. So watt must be converted to kilowatt by dividing by 1000. So what you get? So 0.000 cancels. So 0.04 kilowatt. So this is the power of one bulb. The 40 watt bulb we have converted to kilowatt dividing by 1000. So this is the power of one bulb. All right. Now this bulb is used 0.04 kilowatt. This is used for, you see, 4 hours daily. 4 hours daily for a month. Now in a month there are 30 days. Now how many days are there? It is not mentioned. So when the number of days are not mentioned, always you must take 30 days. You followed? So 1 month must be equal to 30 days. But if the name of the month is given, suppose January is given, then you will take 31 days. All right. If it is July given or August given, you have to take 31 days. Otherwise, all months will be 30 days. Okay. So 4 hours daily for 30 days. That means how many hours? 4 into 30, isn't it? So how many hours? 4 into 30 hours. Every day 4 hours. Therefore, in a month, how many hours? 4 into 30 hours. So you see this kilowatt into hour. So that will be kilowatt hour. Now this is the total energy, electricity. So electricity consumed, how much? Electricity consumed equal to this. Now electricity is energy. Now energy is power into time. Energy is power into time. Energy is power into time. So electrical energy or electricity. When you say electricity, we mean electrical energy. So electricity or electrical energy equal to power of the device. So here the device is bulb. Power of the device in kilowatt into time in hours. So electricity is equal to electrical energy or electricity is equal to power of the bulb or fan or fridge, whatever, in kilowatt into time in hours. So energy equal to power into time. So that equation we are using. So electricity, that is electrical energy, is equal to power. This is the power of one bulb. Power into time. This is the time in hours. Okay. All right. So what kilowatt hour we get? 4 into 30, 12, 4.8. So 480, that is 4.8 kilowatt hour. 4.8 kilowatt hour. 4.8 kilowatt hour or 4.8 unit, kilowatt hour or unit. This is called unit. This is the unit used by or electricity boards. So where do you get say every month you get your electricity bill. So in electricity bill it is mentioned how many units you have used in a month. So you see that word unit means what? Kilowatt hour. So kilowatt hour is commercial unit of electrical energy. Remember, kilowatt hour is the commercial unit of electricity or electrical energy. All right, and that is called 1 unit by all electricity boards. So this is called commercial unit of kilowatt hour is called commercial unit of electricity. Okay, so one bulb is using 4.8 unit of electrical energy in a month. Now here in the question there are two bulbs. So this is a case of one bulb. Therefore, electricity consumed by two bulbs. Therefore, electricity, this is the electricity consumed by one bulb. So therefore, electricity consumed by how many bulbs given in the question? Two bulbs. 240 watt bulbs. Both the bulbs are 40 watt each. Two bulbs will be 2 into this. That means 2 into 4.8. That means 9.6 kilowatt hour or unit. 9.6 units. So 9.6 units is the electrical energy or electricity used by 240 watt bulbs in a month. Every day 4 hours. Daily 4 hours used for a month. Okay. So this is about the bulb. Now come to the fan. Now the fan is what? 80 watt. 80 watt. Now 80 watt, if we divide by 1000, it will become kilowatt. So you have to convert to kilowatt, remember. So this is the kilowatt. This is the power of one fan. So this is the power of one fan. All right. Now this power into time. The time. So the fan is used 3 hours daily. Every day 3 hours. Therefore, for a month of 30 days, what will be 3 into 30? That is 90, isn't it? So 3 into 30, so many hours. So one fan of 80 watt. 80 watt means 80 by 1000 kilowatt. So this is the power of one fan, and this fan is used 3 hours daily for a month. That means 3 into 30, that is 90 hours. All right. So this will be the electricity consumed. So this is the electricity consumed by the fan. So what is the electricity consumed by fan? This electricity consumed by fan is this. This is the power of the fan in kilowatt into hours. Hours in a month, 3 hours daily. So in a month, 3 into 30 hours. All right. So this one, what do you get? This 0 0 cancel. So it will be 0.08. So this part will be 0.08 into 90. That means what? 7.20 kilowatt hour, isn't it? So 90 gone 0. So 008. 0.8. So it means 72 kilowatt hour or units. So 7.20 kilowatt hour unit, that is used by one fan in a month. So this is the unit, this is the electricity used by the two bulbs, and this is the electricity used by one fan. So therefore total electricity or electrical energy consumed in a month by these two will be what? You have to add these two. 9.6 plus 7.2. That means what do you get? 16.8 units. 16.8 kilowatt hour or 16.8 units. Okay. Now this is the total electricity or electrical energy consumed by two bulbs of 40 watt each and one fan of 80 watt. Right. Now you have to find the cost. The question is, find the cost of electricity consumed by these two bulbs and one fan in a month at the rate of ₹6 per unit. So price of one unit is ₹6. Therefore, what is the total cost? Total cost in a month will be is 16.8 unit into ₹6, because 6 rupees is the price of 1 unit. So whatever you get, that is the answer. That means rupees how much? Yes, so this is the answer. 100.80 rupees. 100.8. That means 100.80 rupees. Okay. So this is the final answer. What rupees 100.80. Alright, it means 80. So you can put a 0 here. Because after decimal there should be 2 digits if it is rupees. Therefore 100.80 rupees. This is how you have to calculate electricity or electric energy consumed by different devices. So first of all, what you have to do, the power will be given in watt. So you have to convert to kilowatt, dividing by 1000. Then that kilowatt must be multiplied by the time. Time will be always in hours. So kilowatt hour, multiplying what you will get, kilowatt hour, and kilowatt hour is called unit. That is a commercial unit of electricity. Okay. All right. Now come to the next question then, number 4. This is about speed and velocity, average velocity. This is about average velocity. Okay. So I am choosing these questions from past exams. So they are very common. This type very common in different exams. So therefore, I would say they are common question. They are common question in exam. Okay. All right. Next one is this one. You travel from A to B. So this is A. This is B. So you travel from A to B at speed 30 km per hour and return from B to A at 20 km per hour. What is your average speed? So you go from A to B at 30 km per hour. 30 km per hour when you go from A to B. And when you return from B to A, your speed is 20 km per hour. That is, you are returning from B to A. So A to B, straight road A to B, you distance is not given. A to B, you travel at this speed, 30 km per hour, and return from B to A at lower speed, 20 km per hour. Now the question is, what is the average velocity? What is the average velocity for the whole journey? Whole journey means A to B, then B to A, to and fro journey, up and down journey. Now average velocity formula is what? Total distance by total time. So that formula you have used. You have to use average velocity is total distance by total time. Now what is the total distance? Now A to B distance not given. Now in such cases, we assume the distance to be LCM of these two speeds. Now LCM. So find LCM of is 30 and 20. 30 and 20. What is the LCM? 60. Now we can assume let the distance from A to B, let distance A to B be what? 60 km. So this is the way, this is the shortest way of doing. You can assume the distance x, let A to B distance be x, then B to A also distance x. That also you can do, but that will be a little longer. Now the shortest method is this one. Find the LCM of these two. LCM of these two is 60. So we assume let the distance from A to B be what? 60 km. Therefore total distance covered for the whole journey up and down 60 plus 60, that is 120. That means 120 km. So total distance is 60 plus 60, 120 km. Now average velocity formula is total distance by total time. Now we have to find out time for the forward journey and time for the backward journey. All right. Okay. Now time for forward journey, that means A to B. Time from A to B. When you travel from A to B, there is a forward journey. So what is the time? We have to use the time formula. Time equal to what? Distance by speed. Now distance is 60. Speed is 30. That means 2 hours. So 2 hours is a time from A to B. Then time similarly, time for B to A. Again same formula, distance by speed. B to A distance is 60, speed is 20. That means 3 hours. So time taken from A to B distance by speed 60 by 30, that is 2 hours, and time taken from B to A, that is a backward journey, again distance 60 by 20, distance by speed 60 by 20, 3 hours. So total time is what? Yes, total time is what? 3 plus 2, 5 hours. 5 hours. So we have got total time 5 hours and total distance 60 kilometer. 60 kilometer in 5 hours. Therefore, what is average velocity? Therefore, what will be the average velocity? Total distance by total time. So therefore, average velocity equal to what? Total distance by total time. Total distance is what? 120 kilometer, and total time 5 hours. So what do you get? 24 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. So average velocity, total distance by total time. Total distance is 120, then total time is what? Total time is 5. So divide, you get 24 kilometer per hour. So this is how you can do very quickly. Now this point, that is LCM of the two speeds. So that will be the assumed distance from A to B. Okay. All right. Now next will be another sum from physics. So this is about that kinetic energy. So using the formula half mv square. Kinetic energy formula is what? Half mv square, isn't it? Half mv square. So this formula using, you have to use this formula to do this sum. At what speed a body of 5 kg has kinetic energy 100 joule? It's a very short question. At what speed a body of 5 kg has kinetic energy 100 joule? So kinetic energy is given 100 joule. Kinetic energy is given 100 joule. So in the question, kinetic energy given 100 joule. Now mass of the body given 5 kg. Mass of the body given 5 kg. So you have to find out, yes, velocity. So very simple. So mass of the body given 5 kg, then kinetic energy of the body given 100 joule. So you have to find what? Velocity. So use the formula, this one. Now solve it. So by solving this, what do you get? Half mv square is this. So mv square equal to 200, isn't it? So kinetic energy given 100 joule. Kinetic energy formula half mv square. So half mv square equal to 100. Therefore mv square will be cross multiplying 200, isn't it? Now we need v square. So v square will be 200 by m, isn't it? Now 200 by m will be 200 by mass. What is mass given? 5, isn't it? That means 40. So v square equal to 40. We have found v square, but we need v. So therefore, what will be v? Square root. So therefore, v is what? Square root of 40. Square root of 40 is what? Square root of 40 is 2 root 10. 2 root 10. 2 root 10 meter per second. All right. So SI unit meter per second. So this is the answer. 2 root 10 meter per second. All right. So square root of 40. 40 is 4 into 10. 40 is 4 into 10. So square root of 4 is 2. And then 10 root square root of 10. 10 is, it is not a perfect square, isn't it? So 2 root 10 meter per second. This is the answer, very simple. So using the formula, kinetic energy is half mv square. Okay. All right. Now next question is a graph. This graph is also very common in exam. Okay. So next question is a graph. Now this is the question. A car is traveling at 20 meter per second. A car is traveling at 20 meter per second, uniform velocity. Then it applies brakes and it stops in 10 seconds. So a car is moving at 20 meter per second velocity. Then it applies brakes and stops in 10 seconds. Draw speed time graph and find the acceleration from the graph. Draw speed time graph and find the acceleration from the graph, not by calculation, but from the graph. Okay. So let us see what is given. So a car is traveling at 20 meter per second. So that is the uniform velocity. So uniform velocity is given 20 meter per second. all right. Then applies brakes and finally it stops. That means final velocity 0. So uniform velocity, it is moving with uniform velocity 220 meter per second, then it stops. So final velocity 0, stops in what time? Time is 10 seconds. Time is 10 seconds. Now you have to find acceleration. So you have to draw a graph and find acceleration. That is the question. Okay. So see the question. A car is moving with uniform velocity 20 meter per second. Then it applies brakes and it stops. It comes to a rest in 10 seconds. So you have to draw a graph. What graph? Speed time graph. Speed time graph. So this is the graph. Speed time graph. So this side you have to take speed. This side you have to take speed. V. And this side time. This side time. All right. So time will be in second. And velocity will be what in meter per second. So unit of velocity will be meter per second, unit of time will be second, isn't it? So this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, okay. So all this graph, you know, this is the origin, all right. Now time 10 seconds. So if you consider that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that way, suppose this is 10, isn't it? So make division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that up to 10 seconds. And decide what? 20 meter per second. So this is, say this is a 5 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 15 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 25 meter per second, like that. All right. So 5 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 15 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 25 meter per second. So that way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 seconds. All right. Now the initial velocity is 20. Initial velocity is 20 and final velocity 0. So final velocity 0, initial velocity 20. So this will be the graph. Straight line. Yes. This is the graph. This is the acceleration graph. When you draw velocity time graph gives acceleration. But distance time graph gives what? Speed. If you take distance and this side time. So distance time graph gives speed. Distance by time is speed. Now velocity time graph will acceleration, because what? Change of velocity by time is acceleration, isn't it? So this is the acceleration graph. But now this is decreasing. So velocity is decreasing, brakes are applied. Therefore, this will be a retardation graph. So this is, suppose this is, you call A, this is B. So AB is what? AB is the required graph. AB is the required graph. All right. AB is the required graph. Graph of what? Retardation. Retardation is also called negative acceleration. So velocity is decreasing. From 20 it comes to 15, it comes to 10, it comes to 5, and finally it comes to 0. You see, 20 here, then 15, then 10, then 5, then 4, 3, 2, then finally 0. So velocity is gradually decreasing. So it is a what? Retardation graph. Retardation graph is also called negative acceleration. Negative acceleration, isn't it? So this is the answer. The question was, draw the velocity time graph. Draw the speed time graph. Speed time graph, velocity time graph will mean the same thing. So this side you take velocity along y-axis. Along x-axis you take time in second. Then you make division. So this is the retardation graph. It is negative acceleration. All right. Okay. Now then next, yes, find the acceleration. So what is the acceleration? The acceleration, I mean, if you use the formula, it is what? A equal to V minus U by T. Now here definitely V is 0 minus U. U is 20, T is 10. So what do you get? Minus 2. So what is A equal to? Minus 2 meter per second square. This is the answer by calculation. But here the question is, find acceleration from the graph, not by calculation, from the graph. Now from the graph, the slope of acceleration graph, slope of acceleration or retardation graphs gives the acceleration. Now we have to find slope of this graph. So slope of this graph is what? This y by x. Now y is 20. Y is 20 and x is 10. So this is how you have to find out. Slope of acceleration or retardation graph is y by x. Now when you learn trigonometry, it is tan theta. In class 10, when you go to learn trigonometry, you will see it is tan theta. But now without trigonometry you have to do. So it is y value by x value. Now y is what? 20 and x is 10. So 10 by 20 is what? 2. And what will be the this is slope. Now slope gives acceleration. So therefore acceleration equal to here what? 2 meter per second square. So you have to write the proper unit and you have to put the negative sign because it is retardation. So this is the answer. So first of all, you will find slope. Now that slope will be what? Acceleration or retardation. If it is positive acceleration, you don't put minus sign. But for retardation, you have to put minus sign. Okay. So this is the final answer, minus 2 meter per second square. So you can get by formula or you can get from the graph. So remember, slope of acceleration or retardation graph gives the acceleration or retardation. And how to find slope? Y value by x value. Y value 20, x value 10. So, right. Now, yes, there is a 1 mark question along with this. Why time is always taken along y-axis, along x-axis? So second part of the question, just for 1 mark. This graph was 2 marks, 2 plus 1, 3 marks. So already you got 2 marks if you do correctly. Now 1 mark for this question. Why time is always taken along x-axis? Whether it is a speed time graph or distance time graph, we always take time along x-axis. Why? Because time is the independent variable. Because time is independent variable. So in equation, x is independent variable, y is dependent variable. So in any equation, you see, suppose you write suppose twice x minus 3y equal to suppose 0. Okay. Now from here, what you get? Minus 3y equal to minus 2x. So that means y equal to what? 2x by 3. So y equal to what? Y equal to 2x by 3. So this, now when you draw graph, you always choose x first, not y. As if x is 3, then what will be y value? 2 into 3 by 3, that means 2. If x is 0, what will be y value? 2 into 0 by 3, that means 0. Always we choose x first. That is called independent variable. So x is independent variable, y is dependent variable. Now in this case, time is always independent variable because that acceleration depends on time. Every time, every second, velocity increases. Every second velocity increases. Every second velocity increases. This is acceleration. And in this case, every second velocity decreases. So that velocity depends on time. So time is independent variable. Therefore, you always take the independent variable along x-axis. We always take x value along x-axis because x is independent variable. And similarly, we always take time along x-axis because time is independent variable. And here speed is dependent variable. In case of distance time graph, time is independent variable, distance is dependent variable. Because distance travel will depend on time. What distance traveled by a car depends on time. That way, what will be the velocity of a body? That will depend on time. More time, more velocity. Okay. So this is a question, 1 mark question. So why time is always taken along x-axis? Because time is independent variable. Because on time depends what? Depends speed. The speed depends on time. Okay. All right. So this is from the graph. Okay. Now coming to next question. This is the last one. two balls A and B of masses m and twice m are moving with velocity twice v and v respectively. Compare their inertia and compare their momentum. All right. Okay, there are two balls. There are two balls. So this is so this ball, it has a mass of mass m. So this is ball A, this is ball B. Its mass is m, its mass is twice m. Its velocity is twice v, its velocity is v. All right. So there are two balls, both are moving. So this first ball, ball A, has mass m and ball B has mass twice m. And ball A is moving with this velocity twice v, and ball B is moving with velocity v. Okay. Now the question is compare their inertia. Now compare their inertia. Now suppose inertia of first body is I1 and inertia of the second body, that's B, is I2. So inertia of this body I1, inertia of this ball I2. Now you have to compare inertia. Now when you compare, you find a ratio I1 by I2. All right. So we have to find I1 by I2. Now inertia is always measured in terms of mass. Inertia is always measured in terms of mass. Therefore, inertia of first body is what? M. And inertia of second body is twice m. Why? Because inertia of a body is measured in terms of mass. So it is m by twice m. That means half. So compare their inertia. So this is the thing. So therefore, what we get? So this gives I2 equal to 2 into I1. This is a comparison. You see. So I1 by I2 is half. Therefore, I2 equal to what? I2 equal to 2 into I1. I2 equal to into I. That means inertia of the second ball is double the inertia of the first ball. So now in words you have to write. So in words, how will you write it? Inertia of the second ball. Inertia of the second ball. 2 into so I2 is 2 into I1. So I2 equal to 2 into I1. So inertia of the second ball is equal to 2 times the inertia of first ball. So inertia of the second ball is double the inertia of first ball. Why so? Obviously, because inertia mass of the second ball is twice the mass of the first ball. Now inertia is measured in terms of mass. Therefore, inertia of this body will be twice inertia of this, because it has mass m, it has twice m. So that is why you see m and twice m. So here I2, this is I2 equal to 2 into I1. Okay, so we have compared the inertia. Now next, compare the momentum. Compare the momentum. Compare the momentum. Okay, now what is the momentum of A? Momentum of A is mass into velocity. That means m into twice v. So momentum of A is m into twice v. That means twice mv. And what is the momentum of B? Mass into velocity, twice m into v. So momentum of B is what? Twice m into v. That means twice mv. You see? So this is the momentum of first body, momentum of A, and this is momentum of B. Momentum of B, all right? So they are equal, isn't it? So how will you compare? The momentum, they have equal momentum. Equal momentum. That is the answer. So the two bodies have equal momentum. So here you need not divide. Here we divided because they were unequal. Unequal, no? But here they are equal, so we need not divide. If you divide also, you will get 1. That means they are equal. So how is momentum compared? Momentum of the first body is equal to momentum of the second body. That means the bodies have equal momentum. Okay. Okay, so this is how, but there are more questions, but then today I'll stop here. So next time we'll see more questions. As I told you, these are quite common in exam. So I hope they will help you. Okay. All right for today. Thank you.